Hey there, YouTube. It's been a minute. I am here today to ask you to pick the next book that I read. As I film this, it is Tuesday evening, October 8th, and I'm going to post this in the morning of Wednesday, October 9th. I am going to tell you about 5 books, and by Friday the 11th at around noon Mountain Standard Time or Mountain Daylight Time, whatever, Mountain Time, I am going to tally the votes that you have placed in the comments, and that will choose what book I read this coming weekend. So, here we go. Option number 1 came in my Owl Crate recently, and it is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones. This is set in a village in Wales, and our main character, Rin, and her brother are caretakers or grave diggers in a graveyard, and their village is set upon by bone houses, which are risen corpses. Something kind of like zombies. Option number 2 is Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. This is a mystery with some magic woven in, apparently, or some otherworldliness. Once a year, a road appears in the forest. At the end of it, the ghost of Lucy Gallows beckons. Lucy's game isn't for the faint of heart. If you win, you escape with your life, but if you lose... ... So our main character, Sarah's sister, disappeared 1 year ago, trying to go down Lucy's road, and so Sarah and her friends are going to go search for Becca when the year comes back around, and they discover that there's a lot going on, and there are definitely some dark things happening. It mentions here in the blurb vengeful spirits and broken angry creatures. Will they find her sister Becca? Who knows? One interesting thing about this book is it is told kind of like a trial report almost. There's evidence, it's interviews, it's kind of like a case file, I guess you could say. Option number 3 is Lovely War by Julie Berry. Julie Berry is a Prince Honor author, and the Prince Award, if you don't know, is given for the quality of the writing, which, you know, is always a good thing. This is set in between or during the years of World War I and II, and it tells the story of 4 mortals. They are Hazel, James, Aubrey, and Colette. They are a classic pianist from London, a British would-be architect turned soldier, a Harlem-born ragtime genius in the U.S. Army, and a Belgian orphan with a gorgeous voice and a devastating past. Their story is told by goddess Aphrodite, who must spin the tale or face judgment on Mount Olympus, is filled with hope and heartbreak, prejudice and passion, and reveals that though war is a formidable force, it is no match for the transcendent power of love. So, historical fiction yet told through the eyes of Aphrodite. Sounds intriguing. Option number 4 is a sequel. This is Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This is a sequel to Dance of Thieves. And I can't really tell you too much about this one, but I can tell you a little bit about the first one. Kaz and Jace are the main characters. They hate each other, and the author does something very sneaky to them. She literally handcuffs them together, and they only have each other to survive with. We also have political intrigue, kingdoms, crowns, lots of things at stake, and the sequel is picking up where the first one left off, but again, I can't say too much because I might spoil things for the first book for people who haven't read it. And finally, option number 5 is Never Contented Things by Sarah Porter. This one has been on my TBR for a while, and I'm going to read the synopsis from the dust jacket to you because it sounds very dark and mysterious, and yeah, here we go. Prince and his fairy courtiers are staggeringly beautiful, astonishingly cruel, and exhausted by the tedium of the centuries until they meet foster siblings Josh and Ksenia. Drawn in by their vivid emotions, undying love for each other, and passion for life, Prince will stop at nothing to possess them. Creepy! First seduced and then entrapped by the fairies, Josh and Ksenia learn that the fairies' otherworldly gifts come at a terrible price, and they must risk everything in order to reclaim their freedom. Yikes. Alright, so those are the 5 titles that I have to choose from. I will list them in the space below, and if you would be so kind as to comment with which one you would like me to read next, I will plan on doing that. And once again, I will be counting up the votes Friday, October 11th at around noon Mountain Time. Thank you so much for your help. Have a great day. Happy reading. Adios.